This is Simplified Mathematics. Today, we will learn how to multiply decimal numbers. Previously, we learned how to add and subtract decimal numbers. And in this video, we will learn how to multiply them. In order to multiply decimal numbers, we will try to follow these three steps. First, we will ignore the decimal points in those numbers and just multiply them normally. Then we will put a decimal point back into the result. Let's take a look at some examples. Here we have 5.3 multiplies 0.4. We can write 5.3 times 0.4. First, we will ignore the decimal points in 5.3 and 0.4 and just multiply them normally. We will get 2, 1, 2. Now let's try to put a decimal point back into the result. We see that in 5.3, we have one digit in the decimal part. And in 0.4, we also have one digit in the decimal part. Therefore, in the result, we must have two digits in the decimal part. So the answer is gonna be 2.12. How about 5.3 times 0.04? Here we have 5.3 times 0.04. First, we will ignore the decimal points in these two numbers and just multiply them normally. We will get 2, 1, 2. This time in 5.3, we have one digit in the decimal part. In 0.04, we have two digits in the decimal part. So the result must have three digits in the decimal part. And the answer is gonna be 0.212. Now let's try 5.3 multiplies 0.004. Here we have 5.3 times 0.004. First, we will ignore the decimal points and just multiply them normally. And we will get 2, 1, 2. Now we will try to put a decimal point back into the result. And we see that 5.3 has one digit in the decimal part and 0.004 has three digits in the decimal part. So the result must have four digits in the decimal part. And the answer is gonna be 0.0212. And it has four digits in the decimal part. This time we increase the difficulty a little bit more and try 2.35 multiplies 1.5. Here we have 2.35 times 1.5. First, we will ignore the decimal points in these two numbers and just multiply them normally. If we multiply 235 with 5, we will get 5 and 7, 1, 1. Then we multiply 235 with 1, and that's gonna get 5 here, 3, 2. And now we're gonna add them up. We will have 5, 2, 5, 3. This time we have two digits in the decimal part and then one digit in the decimal part. So the answer must have three digits in the decimal part. So the answer must be 3.525. Now let's try 2.35 times 1.8. Here we have 2.35 times 1.8. First, let's multiply them normally. If we multiply 235 with 8, we will get 0, 8, 8, 1. And then if we multiply 235 with 1, we will get 5, 3, 2. Now we can add them up. We will have 0, 3, 2, 4. And we see that 2.35 have 2 digits in the decimal part, and 1.8 has 1 digit in the decimal part. So the answer must have 3 digits in the decimal part. So the answer must be 4.230. And that would be the same as 4.23. How about 0.0035 times 40,000? We can simplify this. This will be equal to 0.0035 times 4 and then times 10,000. And then we can multiply the first part first. We will get 0.0140. Again, still multiply 10,000. And we see that 10,000 has 4 zeros. So we can move the decimal point to the right 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the answer must be 140. Now let's try 2.0015 times 1.82 times 10 to the power of 6. We will try to take care of this part first. So let's write down 2.0015 times 1.82. Again, we will ignore the decimal point first and multiply them normally. When we multiply 2.0015 by 2, we will get 0.3004. And then when we multiply 2.0015 with 8, we will get 0, 2, 1, 0, 6, 1. And for 2.0015 times 1, we will get 5, 1, 0, 0, 2. Now we add them all up. We will get 0, 3, 7, 2, 4, 6, 3. And since this one have 4 digits in the decimal part, and this one has 2 digits in the decimal part, the answer for this part must have 6 digits in the decimal part, and it will be 3.642730. So we will write it down over here. 3.642730, and of course times 10 to the 6. And since this one has 6 zeros, so we can move the decimal point to the right 6 times. And here we will have 3642730, and that is the answer. Let's summarize what we learned today. We learned how to multiply decimal numbers. First, we ignore the decimal points and multiply them normally. Once we got the result, we put the decimal point back in. And that's pretty much the key concept. It's actually pretty straightforward. So far, we learned how to add, subtract, and multiply decimal numbers. And next time, we will try to learn how to divide decimal numbers.